This is an urgent update for anyone that owns Bitcoin, particularly because of the news that is occurring right now with CZ and Binance. It's unfolding by the minute here. This is really important. It's really urgent that you understand what's going on, and this could have massive impacts for Bitcoin's price. We could be looking at massive price declines for Bitcoin, and I'm going to get into that right here in the video. So this is Bitcoin's price over the last 5 years here, okay? We see there have been multiple times in which Bitcoin's price has collapsed. One of these times was in April and May of 2021, where Bitcoin's price fell over 45%, and this was due to China banning Bitcoin. Obviously, there are other factors too, but that was the main narrative shift, was China banning Bitcoin. Obviously, their ban failed, and Bitcoin recovered soon after. Another example here was in early 2020. Obviously, we know what happened in early 2020 with the pandemic and the lockdowns. Bitcoin fell about 50% with the tightening of liquidity and fears in the market in general. This third one here, this recent one, was the FTX collapse here in late 2022, where Bitcoin fell just over 45%, even down 50%, depending where you start that fall from and measuring the wicks. My point is that we are looking at major scandals here from Binance Exchange. Okay, CZ of Binance has pled guilty to violating money laundering rules. He's paying a $50 million fine. He's stepping down, and he is one of the most powerful CEOs in the entire Bitcoin slash crypto space. This is a $4 billion settlement with the United States. And this is really important because if Binance were to go down, if there were to be mass liquidations, either impartial or entirely of Binance, if there were to be something to that degree, we could be looking at rapid periods of Bitcoin's price going down because of forced sellers. Again, if we look at history here of the biggest price crashes in Bitcoin's history, these were not willing events, right? When market capitulations happen, this is from involuntary actions. Everyone can be bullish Bitcoin, but if you have a pandemic and everyone freaks out and everyone needs liquidity to make their monthly expense, they will sell Bitcoin. We will be looking at major price collapses. Or if you are a Bitcoin miner, or you have fears of regulation, then you're going to have to sell. Or then likewise, with the FTX collapse that I warned people about before it occurred, that is a forced liquidation event. And so if we have a forced liquidation event here as well for Bitcoin, even if it's just on the margins, even if it's only with the degens and people taking massive amounts of leverage, we could be looking at price downswings. With that said, I don't know if that'll happen. It's entirely possible that doesn't happen. It's entirely possible we don't go below $30,000 again, like we see with Bitcoin. That's entirely possible. Okay, my main point is not talking about the price action here in Bitcoin. My main point is to refer to this video I made 3 months ago entitled Binance Collapse, What to Do? Is There Still Time? Okay, and I made a video about the dangers with Binance, okay? And that's the real point of this video. I get critique all the time. On that video I just showed you, I got critique. In this video, I'm sure I'll get critique. Do I do clickbait in my videos? Yes, absolutely. Is this video clickbait? Yes, absolutely. But it's not only my self-interest. It's not only for the engagement farming and the likes and the AdSense and the little bit of tiny revenue I get. The point I'm making here is if you have coins on Binance, get them out. If you have coins on Coinbase, if you have coins on any exchange, get them out. We are seeing massive outflows of coins from Binance specifically in particular right now, but in general as well, okay? This chart right here that we're looking at is Binance over the course of late 2022 and early 2023. We can see monthly exchange volume market share for Binance, seen here in this dark purple at the bottom, is declining. It peaked in late 2022, early 2023, as people were escaping FTX, and that was the all-time peak for Binance here, and now it's just gone down continually since then. Okay, even more recent. I'm recording this on November 22nd, 2023. Even more recent, this is balance on exchanges total for Binance. We can see it is trending down really quickly. Hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin are leaving Binance, okay? You can say that's logical. You can say it's illogical. It doesn't matter. A bank run oftentimes starts on a mere rumor, okay? It can be everything is fine until suddenly nothing is fine, okay? And this is the point I'm making. This is the point I made in that video 3 months ago with Binance. I got a lot of hate on that. Oh, it's just fear. Oh, it's just uncertainty. Oh, it's just doubt. Oh, he's just a fear monger. Blah, 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 blah. People said the same thing to me about FTX. They said the same thing to me about BlockFi. They said the same thing to me with all these fractional reserve systems, okay? When you have these fractional reserve systems, it is a matter of time until it returns to its baseline reality. That's the whole reason you're in Bitcoin. is because with these bonds, with these political currency units, you know they're not sustainable. And the only two outcomes is number one, we default, or number two, we debase the currency. That's the only outcome. That's why debasement is certain, is because we know the math does not add up. So why, my dear friend, viewer, supporter, fan, whoever you are watching this, why do you still have your coins on exchanges? You know it is not sustainable. You know it is not sustainable. And I know a lot of you may think, oh, surely Luke's, why is Luke making this video? Surely everyone's taking self-custody. No, they don't, okay? I work at the Bitcoin Advisor, and this is another thing I get critique for, is that, oh, he works at the Bitcoin Advisor. He's talking about the Bitcoin Advisor and, blah, 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 multi-sig, blah, 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 self-custody because he has a financial incentive to do so because he gets paid to work there. It's like, yeah, you're right. I do. But that doesn't mean my incentives aren't aligned. This is in the best interest of you. This is in the best interest of everyone watching these videos, is to take self-custody now. Do it now. I'm recording this again on Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. Unfortunately, with the hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin leaving Binance right now, with all of the headlines coming out and with all the controversy, what happens if this starts to run the company? What happens in that scenario, okay? And this is another example looking out even farther in the past 12 hours, now we're getting to significant portions of $1 billion of Bitcoin leaving Binance. This is a significant amount of their balances. Now, is this a critical amount? Well, seems not. Binance at the time of recording is still up and functional, but even if it's not a full ban on withdrawals, what if it's just a partial one? What if you can only withdraw, let's say, 1% of your Bitcoin a day? I mean, that's a huge problem. Like, what happens in those cases? And what happens if you haven't ordered your hardware wallets yet? What happens if you can't get time with someone like me? Again, I'm recording this on Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. My day today is booked back to back to back with calls demanding my time, wanting to take self-custody, that now have this feeling of urgency and uncertainty around Binance, okay? Tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the United States. It's Turkey Day tomorrow here in the United States. And so I'm not taking any calls. Sorry, I'm spending my time with my family. Friday, I'm fully booked out. Saturday, I'm fully booked out with calls for Bitcoin Advisor. Sunday, I don't take calls. Monday, I'm now becoming fully booked out. I think I've got 2 slots left. Tuesday is becoming booked up pretty quickly here. Wednesday, probably by the end of today, will be booked up as well. My point is, if you've not taken self-custody, you can hear me in all these videos talk about, oh, self-custody, blah, blah, blah. Luke's always talking about that. Oh, he just puts on a persona. He just puts on the clickbait. He just makes like, yes, I do, but it's because you don't click otherwise, okay? The clickbait is so you click, and you click so you hear the message, and the message is take self-custody. If you have taken self-custody, good for you. Pat yourself on the back. But I'm sure you know someone that has not taken self-custody, okay? If you're watching this, you should consider the Bitcoin you have on Binance gone. You should consider the Bitcoin you have on Coinbase gone. If you have any Bitcoin on any of these trusts, on any of these IOU platforms, on any of these rehypothecated casinos, you need to consider it gone right now. Now that you've considered it gone and you have that loss sunk in your chest, deep into your stomach, now you need to take action. Do not watch another one of my YouTube videos until you've done this. Do not go scrolling Twitter until you've done this. Don't go listen to another podcast. Your number one priority should be taking self-custody. Maybe that's with single sig and only single sig. That's fine. Maybe that's with multi-sig and only multi-sig with me at the Bitcoin Advisor. That's fine. I don't care. It's far more important that you do it. And I think a lot of people are going to not only want all of their assets in one system or another, they're going to want some diversification of their security. They may want help hand-holding through a process with me at the Bitcoin Advisor where they can have an estate plan done for them, where they can have a one-on-one mentorship and help with setting up their multi-sig vault, where they can have ongoing collateral custody partner. All of that's great. It's a service. Yes, we charge. Yes, we have that incentive to promote it, but it does not mean that we're not having aligned incentives with our clients. Every single one of my clients right now that I've been setting up over the last weeks and months, they're all sleeping great right now. A lot of them got out of Coinbase and a lot of them got out of Binance, and they're really happy because of what's happening right now. Obviously, they wish no ill on anyone else, but they think, wow, what if this continues, what if this goes on? And again, for full transparency, is this Binance controversy that's happening right now inevitably going to mean that the exchange blows up in the next couple of days? No, that's not what I'm claiming. I think it's probably, hopefully, a low probability. But let's say it's just 10%. Okay, if it's a 10% probability and you still have a significant percentage of your coins on Coinbase or anything, or excuse me, Binance, my friend, what are you doing? Like, you can't schedule a meeting with me for over a week. I'm sorry, my time's already booked out, plus the week, plus Sunday, plus Thanksgiving. It's like, this is exactly what's going to happen. to a much larger degree. And it might be when Bitcoin price is going up, maybe we hit 70,000, and then all of a sudden companies are wanting multi-sig solutions, and we have to help them, and then charities are wanting that, and then likewise transaction fees are going up. It could be in a moment just like this, where exchanges are drying up and people are exiting, people are liquidating, prices is going down, people are panicking. It's like, I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't know how this is going to happen. Yes, it's clickbait saying Bitcoin could go down 50%. Yes, it's clickbait saying Bitcoin could go up 500%. Both of those at some point are probably going to be true. But no matter what happens, no matter when it happens, I know that the longer your time horizon, the exponentially increased probability that's going to happen to you. And so if you have an indefinite time horizon for holding your Bitcoin, it is a 100% certainty, eventuality that you're going to lose everything if you keep it on those exchanges. So again, stop watching Bitcoin content, stop learning about Bitcoin, stop buying Bitcoin, get your self-custody down, do it now. Even if it's a relatively low percentage that this thing for Binance continues to compound, that low percentage, people begin to price that in, which means that they price it in more and more, which means they get more and more people. It's exactly what happened with FTX. It's exactly how a bank run starts. So again, in summary, this news that's unfolding with Binance is unfortunate. I wish it was not happening now, but I knew it was probably going to happen. And even if this isn't the moment that takes Binance down, something at some point in the future is going to take Binance down, okay? And my meetings have been booking out like crazy. People are desperate to get a meeting with me at the Bitcoin Advisor, okay? And it's unfortunate, but we've been doing our best, okay? In the last 90 days, the Bitcoin Advisor has gone from 8 people on our team to now we either have or are training 17 people on our team, okay? People all the time tell me, well, why don't you just grow and expand your company? We're trying to, okay? And even though we're trying, and I know a lot of other multi-sig providers, they are trying to expand. It is really difficult to do that because security is the #1 priority, and it takes a lot of time to bring people, to find people, the right people, and train them correctly, okay? It takes a lot of time. And the demand for our services, both from people that are wanting to escape the exchanges that need that one-on-one support with hand-holding them in their self-custody process, they need us at an increasing rate, okay? Companies need us at an increasing rate because for people, multi-sig is an option. For companies and charities, multi-sig is a necessity. It is essential that people do that. And likewise, even people that are fully comfortable with their self-custody, perhaps they're fully comfortable in single sig, they realize, you know, I should have some allocation to a multi-sig solution. Maybe I have 10 Bitcoin in my variety of single sig solutions, but I want 1 or 2 coins in a multi-sig solution with, you know, Luke, Bitcoin Advisor, whatever their setup is. I want it there just in case, right? Some sort of diversification, because 10 Bitcoin at $30,000, $40,000 is very different than 10 Bitcoin at $500,000. And so my point is, from all these demographics, the people that are freaking out about Binance going under, the people that realize that they want some sort of diversification against themselves as a single point of failure, and they want an estate plan for that reason. For the companies and the charities and all the demands coming from, for all those reasons, I'm telling you, this is going to happen. Demand's going to spike. It's going to get harder and harder and harder to talk to anyone that's setting up a multi-sig vault. And if you're trying to do self-custody in general at all, it is increasingly important that you do it, okay? So with this Binance news, it is a big deal, yes. Is it the final straw for Binance? Probably not. I hope not. Maybe not. But it easily could be. Okay. And we are seeing that people begin to associate that risk appropriately. They are withdrawing coins like crazy. They are taking coins out of that exchange like crazy. And so, if you're watching this and you have not taken self-custody, please do so immediately. If you need help and you have this excuse that you're scared how to do it, or you don't want to do it wrong, you don't want to make a mistake, or what if you lose your key? Okay, whatever your excuse is, get over it. Either do it on your own, find someone in your little Bitcoin circle that can help you with it, or if you don't have anyone in that circle, or you want to bring someone in that circle that has experience in doing that does this professionally, like the Bitcoin Advisor. We've been doing this 7 years. Not a single client of ours has ever lost a single sat, okay? If you want that reputation at your back, okay, we can help you with that, okay? Do it on your own for free. Help find someone else to help you free. I don't care. Just please, please do it, okay? So if you want me in particular, you can click in the link in the description. You'll go to this landing page where you can get access to some great documents. You can book a meeting with me. Again, it's getting booked out pretty far, so you should probably do it pretty soon. But I will happily send you dozens of pages of content in the meantime for you to learn about self-custody, for you to learn about the trade-offs and risks of single sig, for you to learn about the trade-offs and risks of multi-sig, for you to get all the information you need to make the decisions that are going to help you sleep at night, right? And ultimately, that's the reason we are in Bitcoin. It's to have generational wealth for our future generations, for our children and our children's children, where we don't have to stay up in the middle of the night and wonder if we're going to have our funds tomorrow. This is why we've escaped political currency. It's why we do not trust central banks. And it's precisely why you should not trust exchanges. And so please, again, I urge you, okay, this video is a little heavy-handed, but it has to be done so because I'm getting a lot of messages these last 12, 24 hours here. People begging me to book meetings with them sooner than next, and I just can't. Okay, so please, if you have not taken self-custody, especially if you're on Binance, get out now. If you're on any other exchange, please increase your urgency in doing this because I'm in this space. I'm in this space, all day, every day, 6 days a week. I'm telling you, things are changing really fast. People are waking up really quickly, and the people that take action first are going to have the highest probability of getting to decisions and setups that they are extremely happy with. And the longer you wait, unfortunately, the higher the probability this is going to really, really hurt you. Okay, so please, next thing you do, take action. And ultimately, if you do, whatever you do, the responsibility lies with you. If you don't take action and you lose part or the entirety of whatever you've stacked, that's your fault. And likewise, if you find a way to take self-custody, single sig, multi-sig, with me, with someone else, whatever, just that's also your fault. It's your responsibility. And I'm happy that you've done that. So whatever the case, please just take self-custody and stop worrying about Bitcoin price until you've taken self-custody.